Let me start by saying that my name is James Tobi Oluwatobiloba Samuel. Okay. Of course, this year I turned 30 and I've been trading the forex market since when I was around 23. That was when I got into forex trading. But I became knowledgeable in forex trading at 25. So basically, I got to know about forex trading very well at 25. Okay, and that means 5 years of experience is what I want to summarize to every one of you that you are in this life today. Now, like I've said, that the first thing I want us to be aware of is sources. The amount of money that you are dreaming of, is it really achievable in this game? We are going to get to that. And I beseech every one of you, don't be in haste to leave this meeting. Don't be in haste, because there are quite a number of things that are packed into this meeting. First and foremost, we are not just going to focus on forex alone. We want to focus on sources as a general thing. Okay, turning your confusion into clarity and hesitation into confident action. That's what we want to do today. Okay, so you are welcome once again. Let me take this first. Your armor is your wisdom. Okay, all what you need is the level of the wisdom that you have acquired, both in forex trading and in life general. Like I've said, I'm going to be you see two versions of me today, or three versions of me: a forex trader, a preacher, and also maybe a motivational speaker. Okay, all these things you are going to see all together in one. So like I said, your armor is your wisdom. Nobody ever existed or live beyond what they know. You can't. There is something that Dangote knows that makes him to become what he is today. Okay, sometimes I have spoken with some elderly people and I discovered that even waiting these people head, let me say this in broken English, reach the one within my head. Elderly people of 70, 80, I can easily decipher that these people know sabi the things within my head, not in trading only, but also some philosophy of life. So it is what you know, your wisdom. And what is your wisdom? It comprises your knowledge. That is the first thing, knowing, and then your application is your wisdom. Okay, and that's why I had to go to the book of the Proverb, which is an ancient book of one of the best wisdom writer essay. He said this: my son, keep thy father's commandment, okay, and forsake not the law of thy mother. Bind them continuously within their heart. Look at this. It's not only about your biological parent, but anywhere you can get knowledge, bind it continuously. Not just binding, but there's the word continuously upon thy heart, and tie them around their neck. Do you know why people tie things around animals' neck? One, for identification, because that alone, when people see you, they will know that you are a person of wisdom or not. Okay, when thou goest, it will lead thee. Look at it. Anywhere you are going, this thing will never leave you alone. There are quite a number of times in my life I have met people will tell me that you are just special. The way you talk, the way you put in your words, the way you communicate with people is full of wisdom. It's because of things that I know. Now, I'm not saying that I'm putting myself ahead of every other person's, or maybe I'm the best, okay, but it has been something that I've been doing for quite a number of time with the grace of God. Okay, so when thou goest, it will lead thee. When thou sleepest, even when you're not doing anything, it will keep thee. These are the funniest thing, okay? And when thou awakest, it will what? It will talk with thee. That is the only thing that you need. You just need that wisdom. And the amount of knowledge, things that you garbage into your head. Now, the question is, what are the things that you're not garbaging into your head? That's the second thing that we need to look at now. Are you garbaging in something that that will make you to be successful? Like I've said, not only in forex trading, but in general life philosophy. Is this something that will, please, this is not the religious stuff. I only pick, I'm a very open person. You might see me quoting the Quran anytime soon. Sometimes I read that, by the way. Some people don't know that, but let me say that. Okay, so I just had to, this is the nearest word I can use to compare what I want to talk about. That's where I put this into it. Okay, so now it keeps, like I was saying earlier, some of the things that we need to actually put our emphasis on is what you know. I used to tell people, I will rather work hard on myself than work hard on my job. Why? Because job is not something that pays me salary. But immediately you work hard on yourself, immediately you become a person of value. Value chase you everywhere. And as you breathe to the left, you make money. You breathe to the right, you make money. You breathe everywhere, you make money. Okay, so that is the first thing I want us to have at the back of our mind. So let's go to the next thing we have here. Okay, so why does this matter? This 4 month training, why does it matter? What are the things we are going to be doing? Okay, many struggles to understand the forex market and rely on try and error. Like some people go to YouTube, seek knowledge on YouTube, on verified knowledge on YouTube, and then you find yourself struggling over the years. Okay, as a matter of fact, I was discussing with some of my team member this week. So when we were talking, because we talk a lot in my community, when we were talking, he told me that one of them was saying that he has heard about this thing even before I know about it, as a matter of fact. But he was seeking the right knowledge. And when Alt Income came, then he said that, yeah, this is the time for me to come in. And that is how life is. Okay, now people always try, especially this our age, you don't want to learn the right ways, and that is one of the things that make people to struggle. Okay, not only in forex trading, all over areas of life. I have a friend, I have my background study in music. Okay, I'm a musicologist by study, and one of my friends that we went to university together to study music, he's no longer doing music also now, he's doing something else. He went into, I think, tech, a little slide of tech. But when he said he wants to go into that, the first advice I gave him is that go and study. This guy took 6 months to study. As I'm talking to you, this guy makes roughly about 1 million naira in a month. Okay, but he worked on himself. Okay, he worked on himself. Okay, so that's the first thing. I want us to be able to. The first I identify was that people struggle a lot, and I want to see how I can come on board to help people that struggle. Now, another thing is that countless traders lose money because they trade without a what? A clear plan. There's no plan. And not in trading alone. People lose money. People waste years that they could have been able to cut short because they don't even have plan. They wake up this day, they go to 9 to 5 job, they come back the next day, and they continue that circle, and they are expecting a different result. It doesn't work that way. I am going to share the story of how I transit from music to forex trading and quite a number of other things I have done. I'll try to talk about it here today. Okay, so without mentorship, most get stuck in frustration and inconsistency. One of the best way you can be consistent with everything you want to do is to get someone that will guide you. So look, there's no way. I want to start a new field today. The first thing I'm going to do is to get someone that has proven results in that field, and I'm going to guide that person. Someone reached out to me based on this masterclass, and they said that when he was talking to me, he said that I want to join this thing. You know, one of the things he said, because I have seen your analysis, I have used your analysis, just the one that you drop on the group personally, and I took those analyses and I saw profit. That alone is what the person needs. And being in the class that he saw the way I've also explained things to people also before now, it was like a game changer for him. And he said, no, this is where I need to be. Now, this program is not about guessing. I don't build this program. This is the first program, as a matter of fact, that I'm building on my own. All of that trading forex stuff I've done it either my mentor, with my partner, or all of that. But this is the first one I'm doing on my own, meaning I have the veto power to be able to decide everything on this, and which I have sat down for the past 1 month to be able to come with a robust system that we are going to use throughout this 4 months training. Okay, it's about learning the system. Okay, working in the process. Please listen. The first thing is that we want to learn the system first. I'm going to go to that very soon. Now you are going to understand it. Then we want to work in the process and then grow into a confident trader. In anything you want to do, not only in the forex trading. Now listen to this. In anything you want to do, please, I would advise you to get a book very close to you, because I will be saying some things that might not even be in this slide that you need to know. In anything, I repeat, in anything you do that you need to do, there are 3 steps towards it. The first thing is find out how that things work. Don't just dabble to go and do it. I know some people already, because they are pressing buy and sell, they already put FX in their name. I don't even call myself James FX. I'm just kidding, by the way. Okay, so the first thing you need to do is to learn how the system works. And I'll give you process of learning very soon. The next thing is work the system. Don't let your knowledge just end up being knowing, but let it translate into work. Let it be something that you can work. The two guys that I work with, I'm not just saying this because of they are here, but because I see them working. I gave them different assignment, and they kept on working and working and working and working, and before you know it, they are becoming someone of value. One of the things that has kept everybody where they are today is because what you are doing, you have not even done it well. Are you sure that you are doing that thing very well? Can you beat your chest and say that if you are a teacher, for example, and then you have teachers of the same field with you, and then they are meant to speak, are you going to actually be able to beat any one of them? That I was able to do that. Even now, I can still do that. When I was in music field, nobody comes into music field and then you mix with me, we talk together, and you're going to beat me. If you beat me one, I'll beat you another one. And that is how it is, because I make sure that I know the system. After knowing the system, I work on myself to be able to comprehend the system. And then the next thing is I give myself room to grow in the system. And that's the 3 principles that I've built this master class on. So let's move on very fast. The first thing is that this is the big picture. 3 steps to life change. Can change your life, can change your personality, can change your lifestyle, can change everything if you are ready to change. That is the first thing. If you yourself are ready to change, then we are going to what? Get it. So what's the first thing? Find out how things work. That is the first thing. Finding out. If you wish to be successful, study success. If you wish to be happy, study happiness. If you wish to be wealthy, of course, you study wealth. If you wish to be the best person, the best wife, soever, you study how marriage works. You don't study nursing and you say that you want to go and operate on people. It doesn't work like that. That is the principle of life. It doesn't work like that. And that is the first thing you have to realize. You want to become, I am not an architecture, or I'm not into building and all of that. How on earth can I go and get a job of architect? I do not study it. I don't know how it works. But what I know how to work, you make me up from sleep, I'm going to defend that because I have find out how it works. And how do I do that? We are going to get to that very soon, because I'm still going to be talking about these 3 particles one after the other. You may not be able to do all you find out. Listen to this very well. You may not be able to do all you find out. Yes, when you are finding out things, you may not be able to do all. But you should find out all you can do. You're not getting this yet. I don't know, maybe you're getting this. You might not be able to do all you have found out in life, of course. You cannot even remember all the foods you've had till you go to this moment that you have. But the truth is that every of those food that you had has contributed into your progress one way or the other. And that is my point here. Okay, you may not be able to do all you find out, but you should find out all you can do. Make sure you know yourself to the fullest. I know myself. I know the person I am. I know the person I'm about to become. I know what I want to do. I filter things I'm doing each and every day to be able to align with what I want to be or who I want to become. It's not about your job. Some people, the way they told us that, I have this career in this. I used to tell people, nobody has career to become a footballer. I remember those days we play ball, we thought we are going to become, but they never picked us, and then we moved on. Does it mean that we're not going to achieve success? Of course, no. We are going to achieve success if we pick one thing and find out how that thing works. Okay, so the next thing we're going to be doing is go to work. Immediately you find out how something works, the next thing you need to do is what? Say it. Go to work. Okay? Having a game plan is one thing. Taking action is the other thing. You're not getting it yet. Going to school is one thing. Doing what you have been taught is another thing. So immediately you get to know, the next thing that do is what? To go to work. Okay, massive action. And that's not just going to work, but you have to what? Take massive action. Okay, pick up a good idea, take heavy action, not just 1,000, not just few thousands, not just 1-2 steps, not just one account. You blow one account and then you are saying you are going back. Oh no, you take multiple accounts and you get to be able to understand that, and then you move on to the next thing, and that is the only way you can achieve success. I know some people, after collecting a salary of 150,000 naira every month, then you are saying you are okay. No, you are killing yourself. That is how these games of life work. This is life principles that anyone that do it, you are born to be successful. Okay, so let's move to the next one. Pick up a good ideas, take what? Heavy actions. Okay, don't let your learning, listen to this, don't let your learning to lead to knowledge. Don't just learn to know. You become a fool. Okay, let your learning lead to action, and you can become what? Wealthy. You can become wealthy if you let your learning to become action. There are quite a number of people that have taught trading before. They never learned anything. That is the truth. They never learned anything. They were just in that class. They know support and resistance. They know what they should know, but they don't really know because they have not learned. And I'm going to give you, I'm an educator. I did NCE. If you know what NCE is, I'm a trained teacher. So I have the ability to also explain this thing to the full of your knowledge. And as a matter of fact, more than trading, this is what I love to do, to help people, to develop people. And I'm transitioning not only from as a forex trader, I'm also transitioning to be a life coach. So this program is going to be the first time I'm going to life coach some of you, and then I will with evidence. That is my goal, with evidence that everybody becomes super successful. After learning how things work, you go to work. What's the next thing? Don't try to beat the system. That is the third thing that it takes you to be successful in life. Don't try to beat the system. Find out how things work and work it. Don't try to beat it. These are the things that people want to do. When they know how things work, they want to beat it. They want to have it fast. They want to have it, especially this our age, everything fast. They don't want to build a team. They don't want to have people. They don't want to have people that they know everything about them. They don't want to build trust. They just want to make it. And you don't make it that way. You build system. You build your petition. Some people, even here, they can beat. I remember one of the problems I found myself recently on. Someone was beating his chest that, forget Baba, I deal with you. I was not even taking a move. The guy cleared everything. Because I have built a system, and everything I'm doing is not to be able to just beat that system, but to be able to build more on that system. And that is why I'm waiting for every one of you here to join me on the next phase. Okay, so even if it takes more time, do it right. Listen to this. Even though it takes more time, do it right. Be a quick learner. That's another thing. Don't just be a slow learner. Be a quick learner. Be a quick learner and don't be stubborn. Yes, ICT concept is what I do. I'm not going to mention name again, but I have another person in my team. This guy came from ICT when he met me, and then I told him, okay, this is what I do. This guy, I don't know me the last time he traded ICT again now, and this guy is making consistent withdrawal. So don't just be a stubborn person. And that's what I see. Man, this is the word that is going on TikTok. Do whatsoever that works for you. Do whatsoever that works for you. Or God, if that thing is working for you, you're going to be banking thousands of dollars every month. It's not working. Don't be stubborn. Go ahead and learn what works. So, and that's it. Be ready for change if it's a better way. That's it. Don't try to beat the system. So let's look at these individual things one after the other. The first thing, find out how it works. 3 ways to find out how to change everything. The first thing is read. Don't be a good worker. Many people want to become the best worker at their place of work. Most people want to become the best salesperson. Many people want to become the best person that can pitch their tent. No. Be a good reader. Be a good learner. You read wide. Don't just read for a few. Nobody ascertain level of greatness without becoming a reader. As a matter of fact, there are quite a number of things that has been recorded by people that knows how things work. And how do they do that? How can you know about that? Is by reading. Read, read, read. Read. Another thing is by being a good listener, don't just listen to respond. No, listen to know. These are things I know quite a number of times when a trader is talking, what the next person want to do is just to talk and talk back. But you're not even picking up what those people are saying. You don't even want to learn from them. You don't want to learn. But be a good listener. As a matter of fact, the best people that knows are those that keep quiet and learn. And what's the last one? Be a good observer. Quite a number of things I have learned in my life, I learned them by observation. You are good at what you do than me, I'm going to steal from you. Yes, the truth is that the best people that are doing things in life, they are good stealers or thieves. They are. You must learn how to steal by observation. I'm a music person. You might not really be able to relate with this, but I will give you an example. When Fela went out of this country, someone is surprised. Fela went out of this country to learn about music. When he came back, he stole from Juju and he turned it to Afrobeat. Another person came and said, "Oh, me, I'm not doing that Juju, I'm doing Afro Juju." That's Shino Peters. What did the guy do? Juju is a very slow music. What Shino Peters did was just to increase the pace of the music, and he called his own words Afro Juju. Everybody, the primary idea of what Nigeria is, of what Lagos State is today as one of the best states, was not even built by the president of Nigeria, the current president of Nigeria. It was Obafemi Awolowo that had that plan for Nigeria when it becomes the president of the country. Unfortunately, he was unable to become that, and then Tinubu stole it, built the Lagos that we have today. So you have to be able to be someone that observe and learn quick and fast from people. Every individual ideas have been able to get this. I understand. Maybe when I said be a good thief, you are thinking you are stealing money, but I believe you have been able to understand that now. Okay, so from observation, okay, you must be able to learn. There are quite a number of things that when people talk together and you listen carefully, you pick ideas, you do things. I'll give you an example. I was not the major owner, or will I say the major brain behind Trading Room. I wasn't. But it was someone else that has been saying this and said that there's something that he has noticed, that building a team and building everybody working all together at the same pace can become a game changer. Then what do? I sat down, I look at how it can work, I propose it, everybody go to work, and people become what they are today. Those that fell off, of course, they know where they are behind now. So I don't want to flog any of these points I'm saying. So how do you now observe? There are two ways to observe. We have two ways to see things. Do you know the two ways to see things? Sight. With your eyes, you see with your eyes. Another way is insight. You see with your mind. See with your eyes, you see things. See with your mind, you see answers. When you observe enough, and then you see beyond your eyes, you are going to see beyond what now is telling you, and you will see answers. So what are the things that we are going to be doing in this masterclass now? The first 2 months of this masterclass, we want to find out how forex work, understanding how forex work. Be a good technical analyst. That's the first thing. We want to find it out. All what I have found out, I'm going to be teaching you everything. Understand structure. You are going to understand structure, risk management, and psychology. You learn how professional traders approach the market. Not just you approaching the market, but you learn how professionals approach the market. Step 1 of this program is what? Clarity on what truly works in the trading space. There I'll be telling you about each range bound. If you really want to become a day trader, pairs you should trade. If you want to become a swing trader, you can trade everything. But people don't even know that as a day trader, there are some pairs you should not even be analyzing. You should not even go to some pairs, because you are a day trader. You are looking for 150 pips, and there are some pairs that will not. There are some pairs that will not give you 50 pips in a day. And that is why you see everybody all in the place over there trying to flip. because they know that they don't have the enough skill to be able to what, to get to that result. Okay, so that's the first step of it, finding out how to work. So I'm going to be there for the first 2 months to teach you how it works. Now the first thing is go to work, and we're not just going to work anyhow. We are going to take what, massive action. Okay, now massive action. Okay, pick up a good idea, take every action. I've said that earlier. Pick up a couple of good ideas, take every actions. Don't just believe you will take 1, 2, 3 steps on your dreams and be successful. Take thousands. Take thousands. I speak with elderly people most of the time. I speak with those that are ahead of me most of the time. And one of the things I always hear in the tone of their voice is regret. I wish I did more. I wish I quit that job. I wish I never studied what I studied. I wish, and they always wish. But you know the truth, like Dege will say, I die no is the last statement of a fool. But I got that statement not from Dege first. My mom always told me that when I was very young. One of the things she used to say is, I die no is a brother to Mr. Too Late. It is late already when you say, I die no. So what you are now going to feel like you wish you have done, why can't you do it now? But the problem is not doing it now. That's the problem. The problem is that you don't even know how to do it. So the first thing is go back to how to do it, find out how to do it, and then you go to work. Okay, and then you go to work massively. Success is a product out of massive action, not just wishful thinking. Is a product, and it has always been a product of massive action. I see someone learning forest, someone trying to become a better person at his job, just finished school. Okay, now I'm not saying you should do everything, but do you know one thing? I remember the day I got to know the full statement of what this popular saying, jack of all trade, master of none. But that's not the complete version of that thing. Jack of all trade, master of none, often better than master of one. That is the full statement. Often better than master of what? One. So if you have been able to have enough knowledge in those things, it's not about all of them, just few couple of ideas, but make sure you have enough knowledge on it and then go heavily on it. So towards the end of this class, I'll also be able to tell you how to be able to now transition from one field to another field, because I know some of you, and then what you can use Forex to do. It's not compulsory you become a Forex trader like myself as a full-time trader. You might have a beautiful career you are building. Then how can you manage this things together? We are going to get to that. Success is a product of massive action, not just wishful thinking. I've said that. Winners act daily. That's another thing. Losers wait for luck. One of the best statements I've ever heard was from my uncle. He told me that he never believed in luck, but he said there's one luck. And I was so much, having this eagerness to know what that one luck is. He said that the only luck that he believes is preparedness, that you are ready, you are prepared, and opportunity comes. And that is basically the thing that we do in forex trading. We are always prepared, and then when the opportunity comes, we take the shot. Okay, so not by just wishing for luck. No, winners act every single day. Act every single day. Midnight, morning, evening. Of course, if you are still below 30, you are below 40, I don't see the reason you cannot still change your story. Why you can still not have an extra $1,000 a day, a month, an extra $2,000 a month, or let's say that an extra $100 a month. It is achievable. All these things are achievable. Immediately you begin to have extra $50 a month from your basic salary, extra $200 a month, extra $300 a month, extra $500 a month, and maybe you're not having $1,000, $2,000 a month, or in the space of 2-3 months, then you can quit your job, because now your side hustle is now paying more than your salary. I don't know, maybe I'm making sense here. If I'm making sense, you have been following me back to back, give me thumbs up so that I'll be able to know that, yeah, this is very productive and this is important to hear this evening. Okay, so let's move on to the next thing. So what is the master class aspect of this? The third month, what are we doing? Every participant will take a Profem challenge. A Profem challenge is there are companies that give traders money to trade with. Okay, there are companies that give I will guide you through all of that. Okay, then you will do it, or you won't do it all alone. I will be there. I have my two members of my team also that I'm going to bring on board to assist you. Everything I have passed on to them, they will also assist you on it. Okay, so not only me now, two other people will also be there to also work with you to be able to what? Achieve this goal. So the third month, what we want to do is that we want to now practicalize everything that we have done for the first 2 months. We want to go to it. Then we are going to be there. I will also be there to guide you to your first withdrawal. Immediately you first your withdrawal, that means your termination for this master class has ended. That means you can now go on and repeat everything that we have been taught. Now, the goal is from learning to passing challenge and to what? To fund. That means we are going to what? Take every action. Yes, we might fail, but if we fail, what are we going to do? Who can say what we are going to do? Put in the comment section. Put in the comment section, what are we going to do? Yes, we are going to give ourselves time to fail. But if we fail, what is going to be the next action? I want to see your comment. I want to see your comment. I want to see your comment. If we fail, what are we going to do? What is going to be the next section? We do it again. We bounce. Yes, we try again. That is it. We give it and we try enough better now. Okay, failure has never been the problem. The problem is that you allowed that failure to let you quit. I have failed multiple times. If I tell you the dashboard of my account, I have failed before I know how to pass Profem. Yes, even at my stage, I can still fail Profem. But the truth is that I can easily bounce back because I already know how it works. So that is it now. Now listen to this. It's okay to be a dumb and broke. Yes, it is okay to be dumb and broke, a dumb person and broke. But it is not okay for a smart guy to be broke. You can't be smart and still be broke. You can't, or you shouldn't. Okay, so now what's that now? Don't let your learning lead to knowledge. You will become a fool. That's what that statement is telling you. Let your learning lead to action and you become what? Wealthy. Okay, so let me take you to the third phase of this training now. The third phase of this training is don't try to beat the system. Yes, don't be stubborn. I've said that earlier. Fine, if it's a better way, drop the old one. Adapt. Quick learners succeed, slow learners struggles. Don't be a slow learner. Meaning, after each classes, go back to work. Go back to work. Go back to work. Redefine your work. Go back to work. Be a quick learner. And if you're not ready to be able to put in all what it takes, you should not even bother to come on board. But if you are ready for real work, real success, I know quite a number of some of my team members, they don't even stay awake before they met me, before we begin to work together. Even some of them that were taking signals for me, they never knew that I'm always awake even midnight when I have sent signal. When you are already sleeping, I am still awake midnight to be able to monitor my trade. But when the idea of alt income trading room came in, we launched into massive action and they saw the way I learned. I couldn't have done that and they could have not learned those things for me if I have not learned it from someone else. As a matter of fact, if I look at the amount of hours my mentors sleep in a day, the person that trained me should not sleep more up to 4 to 3 hours. Then this man is buying properties, making a lot of money, and you are saying how? It's a lie. Because he has found out how the system works. And he's not trying to beat the system. He's trying to what? To work in line with the system. So discipline is more powerful than shortcuts. That is it. Now, how are we going to do that in masterclass? Many fail because they hold on to old broken strategies. Now we have learned a new one. Markets don't respect stubbornness. They respect adaptability. Okay? Here you will learn to follow proven system, not to fight them. Okay? So now, what is this program? Is a step-by-step lessons on how the forex market works. You learn how to trade and all of that. Practical assignment, real market analysis will come. I will ask you to come online night and day. I know the way some of my team member works. If you are not working with them, they might even decide to remove you from the group because you're not doing what you should do. Guided Profem challenge until first withdrawal, mentorship, accountability. You're going to be accountable, and then community support. I'm going to give you the best thing that anybody can give you in life. community. Okay, now a roadmap to become a consistent, profitable trader. This is not just another forex class, it's a transformation platform. Okay, so let me close with this. The future you want is hidden in the discipline you avoid today. Yes, that future that you are looking for is just because you have not been able to discipline yourself enough, to work on yourself enough to get to that level you want to get to. Okay, so in 4 months, in the next 4 months, you are going to either be struggling or you can be trading profitably with a funded account. The choice is yours. Okay, join the masterclass and change your story. Step into your financial freedom. Now, let me now go to the other part of it before I make a full conclusion, and I want you to ask questions. If we still have time, we go to market outlook today. Some of you have what you are doing currently. How then can you be able to move into forex trading? This is the first step. Identify your goal. What is your clear goal? There's another presentation on that. I don't include it here. That is infused into the masterclass itself. I just want to say that before I go today. Identify your goal. Can that work you are doing fund your lifestyle? Let me give you a practical example. About some years ago, up to 3 or 4 years now, I was a music teacher. As a matter of fact, I achieved some level of success as a music teacher. And what was I doing then? The first time I got to know, I was in NC, my final year, I got to know about the internet. It was a friend's laptop. Then both of us, we sat down together and said, of course. Okay, we went to Gigi. It was on Gigi. Then we saw people advertising their lessons, English teacher, math teacher. And this is what we did. I told you earlier, be a good thief. We saw one guy on that platform that is advertising his music classes. We copied words for words from what the guy did. We copied words for words, and then we just put our own name into it. And then we posted it on Gigi that year. By evening of that day, someone called me and said he wants to learn music. Sorry, not forest now. Forest has already taken over my small head. Okay, so he said he wants to learn about music, and then of course we were so naive. We were at that time. I don't think I've seen up to 30,000. I should be around my 18 years. I should be 18 years. Of course, I'm talking of almost not more than 11 years ago now. I should be around 18 or so. Then we told the guy that the man that is going to pay us 50,000 naira. The man did not even negotiate. 50,000 naira was a lot of money for us then. As a student, as someone that doesn't even come from money. Then after that, by evening, another person called, a white Lebanese person, Akura Villa, Ikeja, I can't forget. The person wants me to teach violin. And then we were like, me and my guy, we said that this one are white, so this language doesn't sound like a Nigerian. Then we said 150K. Look at us. And then the person said, it's okay. Are you kidding me? Can this thing work? It was like a magic. Just like that, we begin to do lessons all over the places. But after 2-3 years of doing this, I discovered that this thing is very overwhelming. I have to be at Aja today. By tomorrow, I'll be on the mainland. I'll be at Banana Island. I was a student. And then it dawned on me that yes, I was making money. As a matter of fact, at that time, I was already making up to 400 to 500 monthly. And then COVID came. The first people that stopped me from working were the white people I was working with. They said I cannot come to their house, so that I'll come and I will not give them, this black man will not give them COVID. Oh, within 2 months, I never thought that a disaster like that is going to come. Within 2 months, of course, I began to lose all my savings because I was now eating up my savings. And then it was so surprising that you can be making money today and tomorrow a disaster strike and you're not making money again. Boom! I began to look for what actually works on the internet. What could have happened, this and that. I got to know about, okay, I wanted to go into Uber. Then my pastor told me, guy, go and learn how to trade Forex. And when I got into Forex, I saw, oh, this thing actually can make me have my time to myself. I will not be controlled by anything. And that was the goal I had, which I've already written it down when I was around 15, that anytime I have my first child, I don't want to work for any other person. And 2 to 3 years ago, I had my first son, and that was the same month I had him, the same month I stopped everything that would make me to leave my house for money. And that is it. Goal. A clear goal. I had a clear goal. But I did not just transit from music teacher to a forest trader to a professional forest trader. Of course, while I was teaching, I was a student of LASU. I was staying at Ikorodu then. And then from Ikorodu, I'll go to LASU because I work, I'll go to the Highland also to go and pick some jobs. And then I'll go to Songo Ota where my mentor stays to go and learn forest. It was not that easy. So Monday, Tuesday, you will see me at Songo Ota learning forex. At my final year, I don't think I attend one class. And yes, I still came out with a very good grade. Of course. But if you see me, of course, it will tell on me. I was just leaning like one Igbale. You know what? Boom. Okay, it was telling on me, but I never let it break my person. That was how I was beginning to make a few amount of money. I became one of the best students of my mentor, and then he began to offer me to train some of the students. I was seeing extra $300 in period of 2 months, 3 months. Then boom, we had a training. I gave a signal. Someone made $7,000 from it. That was the first time I was able to make $300, and then I got my first prop firm, and now the rest becomes the history. Yes, I have fallen into some pit along the way, but it has been an interesting journey. This is how I have walked through this journey, and this is what makes me to be an accredited forest instructor to be able to take you to this journey, because I have all what it takes to be able to do that. So thank you so much, everyone. I just gave you a simple, direct way to go about it. Now you can now treat forest from the beginning as your side hustle. Continue with your hustle, take the little hustle, and then see extra. Just go after extra funds, extra 500, extra this and that, and then before you know it, you are good to go. Thank you. Is there anyone that has any question? Thank you, everybody. I can see Prosper. I can see other people's clapping, Wealth clapping. This is what we are going to be doing. It's going to be massive. You're welcome, man. You're welcome, man. You're welcome, man. So any questions so far? Puad, I can see you also. Any question? Is there anybody that want to ask any question about it? So let me give you a full background of the question. This master class worth more than the money. If I ask to go and pay 500k, as a matter of fact, my mentor collect above 500k for this. But I'm going to give you everything I'm going to be doing here for 100,000 naira. Now, if you want to pay in full, if you are my student before, you pay 70,000 naira, right? But if you are not my student, if you don't have any knowledge at all, okay, of course you are a novice. You are going to stress me more. So if you are going to pay in full, you pay 9,000 naira. I will give you discounts. If you are paying today or tomorrow, just within this next 48 hours, you pay 90,000 naira instead of to pay for the complete 100,000 naira. But yet, if you say that you don't have that, I understand the economy. I know that you are not coming from, not everybody comes from money. Okay, you can pay twice. I will give you flexible 50% 50 payment first and 50 payment later. Okay, so reach out to me. You have my number, you have my contact already. That's my business line, by the way. So, and then let's start working. By 17th of this month, we are going to kickstart fully, and this is going to be an interesting journey, not only for you being a forex trader, but I will teach you what you can apply on any other thing in life, and then it will also make you to be successful. Remember what I said from the beginning: your anchor is your wisdom. Nobody in life have acquired wealth above what you know. I wish I can even share you one of the things I watched this week. I watched Naira Marley's side of the story of this Mohbad saga recently, and to be sincere with you, it was massive. I saw how people are actually working hard. Okay, so let me read this comment. Someone is saying something here. In the 4th month, you said a company will fund our accounts first. Will it be like a loan or grant? Okay, yes. Like you don't know what prop firms are. Let me quickly give you. Prop firms are company, or will go to me or Ice want to help me out. You people should come and help me. I've talk. Will you help me to talk about what prop firm is? Ice or go to me, are you there? Okay, let me say it. Maybe they are not active. Now, prop firms are companies that give traders funds. It's just like you going to you want to start a business and then they are giving you grants That's the nearest word, not a loan. You don't have access towards that money, but you can trade with it, right? So immediately you have those prop firm. Most of the times traders have knowledge. Some traders have knowledge and they don't know how to actually, they don't have money. That is where we now have prop firms that we can give us money to trade with. They will, after passing, they will try to test your knowledge. It depends on the one you want to get. You can get the one of instant funding that you don't even need to test your ability. Any profit you make from it, your money is the profit that you make from it. If you make any money from it, some of them have percentage. They are going to take 10%. Some will give you 90%. Some will give you 20. They will take 20%. They will give you 80%. Some will take 30%. They will give you 70. I think the highest is 30-70. Okay, but on average we have 80, 85. But when you have been consistent is when they now give you 90. And there's a profit also that I work with that when you get to some levels, they will give you 100% of your money. As at that time, they are now seeing that you have results and they can copy your funds. You can be trading $100,000 account, but they will plug your account into millions of dollars accounts so that then when that's how they now make money from you also. But there are only few of prop firms that do that. So I believe Jaiye Oba Fulfillment to now understand how prop firms are, the companies are called prop, P-R-O-P, and firm. Have I been able to make that clarification on that, please? Okay, good. So any other question in the house, please? Any other question? That's what, especially for those that don't have knowledge at all. That is what we'll be doing. Any other question, please? Okay. So if there's no question, I'll be waiting.